Welcome everybody to NAB Stadium here in Auchenflower as the Logan Thunder visit the Brisbane Capitals in a men's QBL matchup that has tremendous implications for the remainder of the season. I'm John Guarna, and I'm joined by Braden Hesselhurst. Braden, this is a huge pool matchup for both teams as the Capitals come in with a record of 6-2, sitting in second place on the QBL ladder. Logan enters tonight at 7-3 in fourth place on the ladder.
Yeah, it's a great matchup as well. You've got great players on both sides and very talented teams. And like you said, it means a lot as far as the outcomes of the season. So, we should be set for a big match here at Auchenflower on a Friday night.
Not only is it a big match in the records, it's a big match locally. These guys are tremendous rivals going back a long time. What are your expectations for the Brisbane Capitals tonight on their home court?
I expect them to come out firing. They always do come out with a lot of energy. Apart from the Mackay game, they come out, always firing and looking to lift the tempo at the start. So that'll be an important thing for the home side, and it'll be important for Logan to match them early as well. Yeah,
Brisbane comes into tonight off of a nice pool win, 93-87 last week at the Sunny Coast. But Logan also comes in off the back of a nice visit to Bundaberg and Gladstone. Back-to-back wins up there last weekend. Wanted to also point out the game against Gladstone was a huge game. They were down big, but they stormed home to win that game. 31. They outscored the Gladstone Power 31-11 in the fourth quarter to win that game, and then they backed it up with a 76-64 win at Bundaberg, which is never an easy place to play. What are your expectations for the Logan Thunder tonight against the Caps?
I expect them to be very prepared. Obviously, D-Ruck is a great coach, and he does a lot of tape and a lot of preparation. So I expect them to come out pretty prepared with some assignments that D-Ruck comes up with, and if they can stick with their plans defensively, they've got enough talented players on the offensive end, so they should be right here tonight.
How much pressure do you think is on these teams? I mean, they both have an eye towards the top of the ladder. Everyone's chasing Townsville at the moment, but a win tonight for either of these teams can go a long way. How do you think pressure is going to play into this?
I don't think it'll play too much of a factor. They're both pretty experienced teams on both sides. You've got a lot of veterans on both sides, so they won't take that into consideration. They'll be taking it game by game, and this is just another one along the way.
It's going to be an interesting matchup inside with Mitch Young for the Logan Thunder, one of the top players in the QBL competition. He's going to be matched up inside. You got to think it's going to be Dusty Reichart. The one game where Dusty got into foul trouble was a tough loss for Brisbane to Southwest earlier this season, so got to keep an eye on that matchup tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And then you got Baker with Carter as well. So front court matchup should be very interesting tonight.
Yeah, Justin Baker, one of the top players in this competition as well. He's one of the guys that I say is a key for the Logan Thunder. And we see immediately the Brisbane defense shading to Young, and he turns it over with the travel.
Looking to get the ball out of Mitch's hands early. Mitch really needs to try and find the open player as soon as he can.
Yeah, it's also going to be an interesting point guard matchup as we see Aaron Anderson going to match up with Daniel Sapakis. We see here early Reichart hits Kurt Thompson. Now Anderson comes up with it. Jeffrey's going to fire a deep three. That's short, no good. Cedar comes down with the rebound.
And that's one of the keys for Logan defensively. Obviously, Brisbane get up a lot of threes, so you want to contest as much as you can.
Skip pass for Tommy Amar. Winds up with Sapakis. Wing three is good. First points of the night is a three-pointer for Daniel Sapakis.
And Logan extending the pressure to start the game. I think that's a good move. It really sort of takes the flow out of Brisbane's game a lot.
Reichart baseline jump shot rattles around. It's no good. Kurt Thompson with the offensive rebound and tip. I'm expecting a high-scoring affair here, but you just never know. Both teams, when they're locked in, can shut you down.
Yeah, no, we expect the Logan women to come out, firing. They're a high-scoring team as well, so you never know if teams go cold. But yeah, we do. I expect it to be pretty high-scoring as well.
Carter misses a three. Somehow Anderson comes down with it, and Brisbane will reset. Dusty Reichart, top of the key, three is short. Cedar again with another rebound. He kicks ahead for Mitch Young. Young spins on Reichart. He goes up for the shot, and he's fouled by Dusty. It's a good early transition opportunity there for Logan.
And that'll be a key for Logan, trying to go into Mitch as much as they can and early as well, so they don't have a double team. And the more they can get Dusty in foul trouble, obviously the better, because he's one of the better players in the league and has a lot of experience for Brisbane as well.
Mitch Young at the line, shooting 63% this season. One of the new recruits for the returning Brisbane Bullets. I know Mitch is super happy to be home playing for his hometown team.
Yeah, for sure. I've spoken to him a lot about it, obviously being with the paper, but you know, he's excited and he's having a great season in the lead up with Logan as well.
He misses them both, though, so the lead's still 1-3-2. Reichart goes inside. Thompson reverse layup is good. Great look there by Dusty Reichart. Now Young has it. Goes in the corner for Mick Cedar. Cedar skips it to Young. Young goes at the defense. Little floater, no good. It's tipped around. Young comes up with it. Goes up with the left hand this time, and that's good.
And once he shoots a tough shot at first, Brisbane really need to get after the boards. And as we see Dusty, that's an uncharacteristic turnover from Dusty Reichart.
Yeah, so a bit of pressure there from Logan, kind of getting in the head of Brisbane early. It's a 5-4 lead for the Thunder. Got about 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Neither team really has settled into any kind of rhythm at the moment. Sapaka's dribbling into the corner, goes inside. Pass stolen by Anderson. Anderson, one of the league leaders in steals, as Jeffries fires another three, which is strong.
Well, Logan will be happy with that. That's a contested pull-up transition three.
Good hustle there by Ryan Jeffries, as Derek Rucker must have seen something to get Mitch Young going in transition. That's like the third baseball pass we've seen already to Young.
Yeah, for sure. On the closeout, he just takes off. So the more they get him going in transition, the better, because they're going to trap him if they feed it into the post.
Young couldn't corral the alley pass. Now Carter on the other end. Corner three is up. That's strong. Cedar, another rebound. I got to get my stats up. He's almost got double figures already.
Yeah, he's a triple-double man, so we could see one of those tonight.
Good pass inside. Amar spinning away. Baseline jump shot, no good.
They're Tommy's shots that he'll end up making them, so you don't mind that shot if you're Derek Rucker.
Good transition defense. Leads to an Anderson three-pointer. And you just don't know with Brisbane. They love the three. A lot of people bag them out for shooting too many, but they're usually good shot opportunities, and there's a turnover on the other end.
Yeah, but as we saw the other end, the one thing you can't let Brisbane do is move the ball from side to side. Obviously, they play 4 out 1 in without any pressure. And they pull up and get in rhythm and shoot those threes. They'll make a lot of them as well. So you need to make that reversal hard.
Reichart can't hit the long two. Cedar again with another rebound. He's trapped at about half court. Has it nearly stolen, but there's a foul call. That one's going to go on Kurt Thompson. It's always a tough call because when you kind of slap down on it, it makes it look like you are fouling, whether you get contact or not.
Yeah, for sure, and that's where you just got to have your hands up and don't move into the player as much as you can. He's already in trouble. He's already spinning out of control. But if you're Jeff Tarrant, you don't mind that, as we see Aaron Anderson get another deflection.
Sapakis recovers, though, goes to the rack, lays it in, and we're tied at 7.
And that's a great take from Sapakis. If they can get him going to the rack early, maybe he gets some more confidence and can knock some more of those outside jumpers down.
Jeffries has it with Baker on him, finds a cutting Thompson. His layup is no good. Reichardt's tip is no good, and Young comes down with it. Young busting out, kicks ahead to Cedar, who will lay it up and in. Good fast break run there by Young.
That's a great play from the versatile Mitch Young there.
Thompson, though, goes right at the rim on the other end and converts, and it's tied again at 9.
Knowing how intense Rucker is, I don't think he'll like that very much at all.
So we got about 5:40 to go. Coach Rucker going to go to the bench, and Ilwa Baldwin getting set to check in. Cedar skips it over. Tommy Amar wide open for 3. That's a bit too strong, and Anderson gets the rebound.
He'll make those. That's a good shot from Logan.
Reichart in the corner now. Goes back out to Anderson. Anderson with Young on him. Kicks it to Reichart. Corner 3 is short. Anderson saves it, but Sapakis gets the pass. He's got one-on-one with Jeffries. Euro steps around and misses, and Reichart with the rebound. Good defense there by Jeffries.
Yeah, that was a great defensive possession from Jeffries. I think Sapakis maybe could sprint back after missing the layup.
Thought it was a good block there by Baker, but they're going to call him for the foul on the creativity there from Aaron Anderson finding Jeffries under the basket.
And one thing you don't like if you're Derek Rucker, you don't mind him taking it to the rim and missing the layup, but the effort to get back in transition wasn't very good, and that'll be something I'm sure he'll address once he takes Sapakis out or calls a timeout.
Both teams going to the bench, so Ilua Baldwin checked in for Tommy Amar, and then checking in for the Capitals, Tommy Malloy and Drew Phillips for Zach Carter and Dusty Reichart.
And this is somewhere where really Logan should be able to take advantage of Tommy Malloy being on the court. They switch on balls and that type of thing, so if they can get Malloy guard one of their guards, they should be able to get something, a pretty good shot out of that on the offensive end.
Jeffries goes 1 of 2, so the lead is now 10-9 for the Brisbane Capitals. Baker inside. Cedar gets wide open and lays it in. Good back cut there by Cedar.
That's a great cut from Cedar. He's obviously a very smart player and was able to read. As soon as Phillips turned his head, he cut straight to the basket and was able to get a layup.
Anderson has on the wing. Jeffries thinks about one. Anderson fires a deep one that's way off. Phillips tries to corral it, throws it off at Young. Young recovers, though. Skips ahead for Mick Cedar. Cedar has to chase it down, but he cannot. So that's a turnover there for the Thunder.
And what Rucker will like, I know they've had some turnovers out of it, but they're creating some deflections and creating some opportunities in transition. And some people might think going zone's the wrong move against Brisbane because they have a lot of shooters, but it slows them down because they play a quick style, and they can't have that freedom in a zone. So let's see how long Logan stick with it for.
Yeah, on the season, though, Brisbane takes a lot of threes, but they're not making them at a great clip. They're only shooting about 26.5%.
Yeah, that percentage is definitely going to go down when you shoot as many as they do, though.
Kopskis fires a three, which is off. Cedar again with another rebound. Cedar is a man possessed on the defensive glass. Good inside pass for Baldwin. He's blocked, but fouled before he's blocked. Drew Phillips going to get called for the foul, and Ilua Baldwin will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Ilua on the season shooting just under 56%.
And one of the things you see Logan doing well early is their bigs that run on the floor. And the more they can get easy catches in transition when Brisbane's defense isn't set, the better. So they're doing that really well at the start, and they've obviously they're playing 3 bigs at the moment. So let's say if they can stick with it and really pump it inside and force Brisbane to get into foul trouble.
Brisbane going to the bench. Jake Davis checking in. Taking a seat on the bench was looked like it was Kurt Thompson there. This bench unit of Phillips, Kopskis, Malloy, and Jacob Davis has given some really good minutes for the Capitals so far this season.
Yeah, and they're really energetic as well. So that's one thing you've got to be aware of when the opponent, when the bench comes in, is they'll look to lift the intensity, and energy for Brisbane.
Anderson going to get called for the offensive foul. He pushed off there on Sapakis. That's the 4th team foul for Brisbane.
I think that's a great call from the ref there. Aaron Anderson obviously led with his off arm, and Sapakis was able to grab the offensive foul on him.
Yeah, it's okay to have it up and protecting the ball, but once you extend it, that becomes an offensive foul.
Yeah, exactly, and it all comes from Sapakis being able to stay in front and use his feet.
Cedar finds Baker, who loses the ball. Somehow winds up with Mitch Young. Spins to the left-handed hook shot, no good. Phillips with the defensive rebound. Kopsikis now over to Drew Phillips, into Anderson. Anderson going to bring things back out. No one's checking him, so he'll fire a 3, which is off, and Baker with the rebound.
And Logan get away with one there. The one person you don't want to leave open is Aaron Anderson.
Simon Taylor finds Baldwin, who's fouled yet again by Drew Phillips. And like you said, big guys doing a good job running the floor, and they're getting rewarded.
And the good thing is, obviously with Mick Cedar leading the break for Logan, they're moving the ball up through the pass rather than dribbling the ball, so able to find that big man under the rim. So if they continue to do that, Brisbane will be in some trouble.
So Baldwin again at the line for 2 shots. Went 1 or 2 last time. This time he hits the first. See if he can hit the second. Coach Rucker going with a fairly big lineup here with Baldwin, Young, and Justin Baker. 1 or 2 again, and Malloy comes up with the defensive rebound.
I think that's all right, though, because obviously Mitch Young and Baker are pretty mobile, so they can keep up with the Brisbane's guards if they need to.
Davis puts it on the deck, hits Drew Phillips. Wing 3 is up and strong. Simon Taylor tips it, but it goes to Phillips, who loses it, but he's fouled on his way to the bucket. I'm going to say sidelines. I thought it might have been shooting, but they're going to give him to the sideline out of bounds.
Yeah, you don't get that in Australia as much as overseas, do you?
Kopskis now. Jake Davis wide open. Corner 3 is strong. Simon Taylor with a great rebound. It's not a bad look there from Davis. Baker steps out of bounds, though. That tight sideline there. Turnover for Logan.
That's a missed opportunity for Logan again. They had Mitch Young, Seal, and Kopsikis right under the rim, so they need to find their bigs when they got mismatches like that.
Davis again on the wing. Some interesting matchups on the defensive end here for Logan. Good ball movement. Kopska's baseline jump shots and air ball. Baldwin now hands off for Cedar. Logan with the 3-point lead here, 13-10. Taylor baseline floater short. Malloy tips it, and Anderson has it now. He's a Jet. He's fouled there by Mick Cedar. It's not a bad foul by Mick. It's only the second team foul for Logan.
I think D-Rock's calling a timeout here. Probably needs to settle his team down defensively.
There's a timeout by Coach Rucker, so we'll take one as well. 2:17 to go in the game. Logan up 3 on the Brisbane Capitals on QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium in Auckland Flower. Logan Thunder visiting Brisbane, and they are leading the Capitals 13-10 with 2:17 to go. Take a quick look at some statistics for the Logan Thunder. They're 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Been to the free throw line 6 times. They've only hit 2 of those, so that could become a factor later in the game. Leading the way for the Thunder is Daniel Sapakis. He's got 5. Mick Cedar has 4, and Mitch Young has 2. Malloy baseline jump shot is good by Tommy Malloy.
You'll take that shot if you're Derek Rucker. Yeah, that's a contested shot for the big fella, so not a bad defensive possession there from Logan.
Sean Carroll has recently checked in for Logan. Simon Taylor as well. They go inside to Young. He has it stolen. Kopskis winds up with it. Now Jake Davis has it. Skips it over for Anderson. Kopskis. Inside pass from Malloy is a bit wild, and Young comes up with it.
I don't mind the substitution from Rucker here, getting in Sean Carroll. He's a good point guard. Obviously, has a lot of experience in the Seaboard with Knox, and that getting the ball into Mitch Young as Baker hits the free.
Yeah, Baker can hit a 3 if you let him, and that time he capitalizes. It's a 4-point lead now for the Logan Thunder. Bit of zone struggling here. There's a Capitals against this zone of the Thunder. Inside pass for Malloy. He nearly is blocked, but he finishes over Young.
If you're Mitch there, you can't let him seal in the middle of the paint. You need to three-quarter and bump him early, get him out of the paint, because he's a big presence in the middle there.
Young picks up his dribble, hands off for Baker. Now Simon Taylor with 10 on the shot clock. Baseline jump shot is short. Phillips with the rebound. So I think that they get Mitch Young on that dribble handoff, but he's too far from the basket to be effective as Kopskis misses a wild one. But they got to get it to him. If they're going to give it to him high, give it to him at the free throw line or the elbow extended. That's just too high for him to dribble handoff.
And you need to get it to him early too, not when the defense is set, because obviously Brisbane's packed defense. A lot of people in the keyway. If they get him to him early, there's not as much help, and he can go to work.
Taylor drives baseline, dumps it in for Young. Out to Carroll. Top of the key, 3 is up and strong. Baldwin gets the rebound, goes right at Malloy, and he's fouled.
Battle of the big fellas there.
Yeah, Malloy and Ilua Baldwin, a pretty interesting size different battle there inside. That's going to be the second personal on Tommy Malloy, though.
I think one thing Derek Rucker will concentrate on quarter time is really pushing the ball early. When they're able to get some easy baskets and get to the foul line easy, it was off pushing the ball through the pass rather than the dribble. And I think at the moment, even off a miss or a make, they're looking to slow it down too quickly. So get it into the big guys early when they have room to work, rather than later on when Brisbane's packed defense is set.
I don't mind that. I agree with you in one aspect, but I don't mind this strategy because the faster pace you play, the more you're playing to Brisbane's pace. Logan can do some damage in the half court as Lamb comes in and turns it over right away. I think if you play at a bit of a slower pace, you kind of take the effectiveness of the Brisbane pressure away a little bit.
Yeah, I think with the with their offense, though, when they're in the pack, you need to move the ball a lot. Or push it early as Sean Carroll hits the three to finish the quarter.
Yeah, buzzer-beating three there by Sean Carroll. Defense fell asleep, and going into the quarter-time break, it's a 7-point lead for the Logan Thunder, 21-14. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some stats for you as the Thunder are up on Brisbane here on the QBL TV Game of the Week.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
It's a 7-point lead for the Logan Thunder over the Brisbane Capitals. They lead 21-14 at the quarter-time break. Take a look at the Logan Thunder stats. As a team, they're shooting 7 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, only 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. Illua Baldwin has 4, Sean Carroll with the 3 to beat the buzzer, Justin Baker with the 3, Mick Cedar's got 4, Sapakis with 5, and Mitch Young with 2. Take a look at their turnovers. They've got 5 turnovers in the game. For the Brisbane Capitals, leading the way on the stat sheet, in the score sheet, I should say. Kurt Thompson with 6, Aaron Anderson has 3, Ryan Jeffries with 1, and Tom Malloy with 4. Brisbane 6 of 23 from the field, only 1 of 12 from 3 at the moment.
I think what Logan are doing a good job at the moment is their half-court defense. Most of those 14 points, I think, came off offensive rebounds or transition points. So, yeah, they're doing a good job defensively. They can cut down on those offensive rebound and transition opportunities. They should be able to extend their lead here.
Yeah, Coach Tarrant going with the bench unit again here. Got all 5 bench players in as Kopskis turns it over and Amar comes up with it.
And Mickey Tarrant gave him a big serve at quarter time as well.
Mick Cedar skip pass for Tom Amar. Now Carroll has it with about 14 on the shot clock. Carroll out to Cedar, good pump fake, leaves his feet. Taylor in the corner for 3 is way off. And Drew Phillips has it now for Brisbane.
Despite the shot to finish, that was a good offensive possession. You need to force Brisbane to close out, and that's what they did.
Tommy Malloy in the corner. This zone is really giving Brisbane fits. Kopska's going to step into an open 3 that rolls out. And then Drew Phillips gets called for pushing Tommy Amar out of the way. It's going to be Drew Phillips' second personal.
That's another good defensive possession from Logan. That zone's really doing well, forcing them into some tough shots. From the outside, and they're getting nothing in the paint at the moment, not even any dribble penetration. So let's see if Logan can continue it.
Carroll pressured by Christian Lamb. Now Sapakis has it. Cedar 3 is good as well. Lead up to 10 for the Logan Thunder, 24-14.
And that's one thing about Brisbane's pack defense. You are able to get more free than you would against most other teams off down screens because they're playing to the middle. So against a good shooter like McCedar, you can't let that happen.
Phillips gives it over to Jake Davis. Out to Kopskis, going to fire another 3 that's strong. Long rebound is tipped, and Lamb comes up with it. Hands off for Kopskis. Kopskis driving on Carroll. He's going to get called for the foul. Sean Carroll with the blocking foul.
And this is where you see the problems for Brisbane, as they go on with different games is, when they're not making, they don't really go to anything else. So I think they really need to focus on trying to get some dribble penetration into the paint. Maybe go to Dusty if they can. Really try and get something more to the rim.
Yeah, look for Dusty Rycart in that short corner. This zone, though, just absolutely giving Brisbane fits. Brisbane can't get the ball inside the arc. There's a bit of short corner action. Rycart, though, travels. So it's a good look there from Thompson to Rycart. Finally, we see they hit the short corner, and they got a good opportunity.
Yeah, and you won't see that mistake from Dusty, many times. But when he catches it in the middle, he's just got to go straight up. He can elevate over them, or show a pump fake or something, but he's got to go capitalise on those opportunities.
Cedar again from 3. That's a bit too strong, and Anderson with the rebound. It's an interesting zone here. It's not really a 2-3, is it?
It's a bit of a matchup zone, so you're staying with the players, but you're still showing the, containing the paint.
Lamb's 3 is way off. Young corrals it. Now Cedar up ahead for Tommy Amar. Amar flips up a little scoop shot that rolls in. 26-14 the lead now for the Thunder.
And like I said earlier, you see the zone. A lot of teams won't go zone against a shooting team, but it just takes the movement out of them. It just makes them unsettle and really settle for the 3, especially contested ones as well.
Anderson looking for Reichert off the screen, finds Jeffries. Wing 3 is up and short. Thompson misses the follow. Cedar comes down with it for Thunder. Again, zone just absolutely baffling Brisbane here, helping Logan to cling on to this 12-point lead, 26-14. Paukus putting the ball on the deck, hands over to Baker, who will fire for 3. That's good. Logan Thunder on absolute fire from 3, and Coach Tarrant going to take a timeout. This team down 14 and 7 minutes to go in the quarter, so we'll take one as well. And your QBL TV Game of the Week presented by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium in Auchenflower, where the Logan Thunder lead the Brisbane Capitals 29-14. John Guarna here with you for Nothing But Net Media. I'm joined by Braden Hesselhurst. And Braden, at the moment, Brisbane really struggling against the defense, particularly that matchup zone of Logan.
Yeah, and exactly like we spoke about a bit off air. The one time they got it into Dusty Reichert in the short corner, he sort of skipped it straight away. A player as talented as Dusty, he's got to square up and look to be a threat offensively and make them, suck in and try and make those, 3-point attempts wide open.
Yeah, and Brisbane not really giving up too many open three-pointers as well, and not closing out as strong as they tend to. And Logan making them pay from 3 as Anderson fires a 3 that's off. Cedar again scores for a rebound. I got to see these numbers for Mick Cedar. He's got to have about 10.
Mitch Young wide open under the rim in transition again.
Who they're going to give this foul to? It's going to be on Dusty Reichert. That's his second personal.
That's where you see if Dusty's going after the boards, he has to have some help, on their bigs run on the floor. He can't be expected to try and get a rebound and then be the first person back on their bigs as well. He needs some help from his teammates there.
Young hits the first one. It's got to be a team effort for Brisbane because they don't have that size.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, you don't want Dusty Reichert in foul trouble. He's your best player by far. So they really need to battle and help him out as much as they can.
Tommy Amar got the rebound but lost it out of bounds. 30-14 the lead here for Thunder over Brisbane. 6:35 to go in the first half. Again, Logan just sitting in the zone. You see them get it inside. Thompson, open layup attempt is finally good. Good look there by Dusty.
I know Dusty found a wide open person, but I'd still like him to catch it, with the intent to shoot it. Because he's such a good passer and such a smart player, he can create things out of that.
Paukus finds Baker. It's tipped out of bounds by Zach Carter. Got lucky there, Zach Carter, because he didn't get his hands on that ball. Baker was open from the same spot he just drained a 3 a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, for sure. And most of the time don't see Brisbane gamble that much. So I think Jeff might have been angry at that one if it turned into a 3.
Pass inside is kicked by Dusty Reichert. So the shot clock will reset for Logan in the half court here.
And if I'm with this lineup with Brisbane, they can't really get anything in the paint. That's where I might try and get Drew Phillips in, someone who can create off the dribble. Along with Aaron Anderson. Drew's obviously a very talented player and very skilled ball handler. So try and get him the ball and get him on the court.
Baker with another three on the short closeout by Zach Carter. Lead is 17 now. Can Brisbane answer against this zone? Thompson has it on the baseline, kicks it out for Jeffries. He'll fire a wing three. That's it. That's good by the captain, Ryan Jeffries. If he can get going, he can get hot. He had 30 points last week against the Sunny Coast.
But that's the gamble you take if you're Derek Rucker. Obviously, they're going to make a couple, but for most of the time, they've missed it. So he won't be too angry with that shot.
Jeffries gets called for the foul on the other end. Sapakis tied him up a bit. Sapakis takes the pass out of bounds. Young gets it on the wing. Now Baker over to Omar. Three from the corner is strong. Nearly chases on rebound down. Thompson comes up with it for Brisbane. Jeffries trying to hit back-to-back threes. He does. Quick 6 points from Ryan Jeffries, cuts the lead to 11.
They're the ones you don't like. You don't like the ones in transition off, not making the effort to get back and match up defensively.
And then Thompson gets called for the foul. Just kind of stopped moving his feet there for a bit, reached in and got caught.
Yeah, Jeff's not very happy with that, as you can see. So, interesting timeout here from Derek Rucker.
It's going to take a timeout. Well, let's just keep it here, Brayden. Let's talk. I mean, if you're Coach Rucker, what are you taking the timeout here? Bit of a momentum swing, couple of easy transition points there for the Brisbane Capitals. So you got to imagine he's going to want to tidy things up in transition.
Yeah, I think it's a smart timeout because he hasn't let him score too many points. It's two possessions, obviously 2 threes from Jeffries, but he'll just call a timeout just to slow the momentum and talk to Logan about the last 2 possessions and what they did wrong and what cost them there. So, but offensively, they're doing a great job. What I like there is they're sort of showing the post up and all the defense is going towards that, and they're moving the ball around the perimeter to their shooters. So, not really pumping the ball inside too much, but they're looking to, and Brisbane are, going towards that, and they're really moving the ball well, Logan, and they're hitting on the threes. So, if Tommy Amar can hit a couple as well, Brisbane will be in trouble. So, good start here for the first quarter and a half by Logan. Yeah,
we'll take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Rockhampton over the Sunshine Coast. Clippers 72-66. You've got Cairns and Mackay going at it. Mackay's up 5 at the moment over Cairns, 35-30. And then Southwest hosting Ipswich. It's a 51-34 lead. Excuse me, I think it's at Ipswich, that one. Southwest is up by 17 over the Force in that one. Let's see what Logan can do out of the timeout here. Cedar leaves his feet, skips it over to Baker in the corner. Baker again steps out of bounds.
Yeah, we talk about that every week. Those out of bounds, those unforced errors, stepping out of bounds. So players really need to know where the sideline is on those ones.
Again, Jeffrey's going to fire for 3. That's off. He deserved it. He hit 2 in a row. It's not a bad look. He can't capitalize, though. Now Omar has it, looking inside. It's not there, so they work it around. Baker left wing this time. 3 is strong. Thompson comes down with it for Brisbane. Need to get Anderson going here if I'm the Capitals, as Jeffries dumps it inside for Thompson, who can't finish. Mitch Young comes up with it. Somehow, a lot of contact there. Amar comes up with it for Logan. Up ahead for Sapakis. Throws the alley-oop for Young, who can't finish. It's not the greatest pass there by Sapakis.
Yeah, but if you're Mitch and you're a bit unstable, you just got to grab that and go back up.
Thompson again misses another bunny.
Both teams struggling a bit here in this stage of the second quarter.
(33-22) the lead for Logan here. Cedar pass nearly stolen by Jeffries. He's got a hand on it, just couldn't corral it himself. Kopsika's going to check in for Kurt Thompson. So Kopsika's going to get some minutes in the backcourt with Anderson. Skip pass over to Baker.
Great find.
Corner 3 is just a bit short. Dusty Reichardt with a good rebound. That's a great pass out of bounds from the opposite baseline.
Yeah,
sideline, sorry.
Coach Rucker looking to get Oliver Baldwin back in. I think he might go with that 3 big lineup again because that was pretty effective in the first quarter.
Yeah, at the moment, everything seems to be from the perimeter for both teams. Not a lot of action inside. Pass is tipped and stolen. Anderson then gets it back, lays it up. It's blocked from behind, but that's goaltending, and that's a silly goaltend because it looked like Anderson blew that layup attempt.
Yeah, it looked like it was coming off pretty hard, so yeah, not a smart one there by Sepokis, but you can't throw those passes through the middle if you're Logan. You know, with Brisbane's packed defense, then they're active as well and pretty athletic. They'll be able to get, you know, deflections to that and be able to run down the other end. You really need to take care of the ball and make good passes against the Capitals.
33-24 the lead here for Logan. Coach Rucker going to the bench. Sean Carroll checks in, as does Simon Taylor and Ilua Baldwin. Taylor skips it over to Cedar. Cedar goes baseline, up and under, can't finish. It's tipped around and goes out of bounds off of Zach Carter. So Logan will maintain possession. You know, you mentioned Drew Phillips, and he's just checked in. He's a key to this team, and he also, you know, you look at the numbers across the board, and quite a few of the Capitals are struggling, but Drew Phillips in particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and he's another key because, like, I've watched Drew and played with Drew before, and he can create for everyone as well, and he's a great scorer when he gets going. So if they can get him going and find him some form, they'll be very dangerous.
Carter skips it to Anderson in the corner. Little jab from Anderson. They work it back out to the perimeter, and Drew Phillips has it. Now Carter in the wing, puts it on the deck. Good pass inside by Phillips, who finishes strong.
It's a great find by Carter, good cut by Drew as well, and that might get him going, and an easy bunny at the rim.
33-26 the lead now for Logan. Brisbane kind of clawing their way slowly but surely back into this one. Young has it at the top of the key, finds Carroll. Carroll gets it inside Baldwin, who hands off for Young, who finishes through the contact, and he'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity.
That's a good offensive possession from Logan, but what I don't like as far as Logan's lineup at the moment, they don't have many shooters on the floor, and you really need that against Brisbane's packed defense to make them come out. So let's see how long Rucker sticks with this lineup, because I don't think it'll be very long.
So Mitch Young going to go to the line for an opportunity at a three-point play. It's a good little scoop shot there by Young. Hits the free throw, so the lead back up to double figures at 10. 2:10 to go in the half. It's 36-26 here for Logan Thunder. Drew Phillips on the wing, puts it on the deck, hits Anderson, little pump fake. Now back to Drew, nearly lost it, finds Kopskas in the corner. Three is up and strong. Carroll with the rebound. Now Simon Taylor has it at the other end, finds Baldwin cutting to the basket. Left-handed layup is no good. Kopskas has it now for Brisbane, up ahead to Anderson. Anderson with the hesitation dribble, leaves his feet. Can't finish, but he's fouled, so he'll go to line for two shots.
That's unlucky for Sean Carroll. I thought he did pretty well to get in front there, but good take by Aaron. And that's what you like out of your main players too, being aggressive and trying to create the contact.
Yeah, Anderson created the contact for sure. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Got about 2 minutes to go in the game, and Logan up 10 on Brisbane on your QBL TV Game of the Week.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Back with you here at NAB Stadium in Auchenflower. Got about a minute or a minute 40 or so back on the clock. And Logan up 10, 36-26. Not a bad time out there. Brisbane can do some damage here with this time left on the clock. If you're Logan, you just want to kind of tidy things up and make sure you don't give Brisbane that opportunity to go on a run.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said with the women's game as well, Logan, I think, have dominated the going for most of the first half. So they need to make sure Brisbane don't close the gap and get that to 4 or less points than that. You really need to make sure you finish the quarter strong. Go into halftime with a double-digit lead, so you got something to go into the halftime break with. If you play well for most of the first half and then let them back in, it kind of kills the spirits of the team that's been leading for the first half.
Anderson missed the first. Let's see what he could do with the second. Rolls around and in. So it's a 9-point lead now. Carroll kicks it ahead for Baker. He's going to bring it back out. Work it around the perimeter to Cedar. Now Baldwin has it with 9 on the shot clock. Looking inside for Baker. Good job there by Kopskis. Cedar steps back. Long 2 is no good. Young with the offensive rebound. Sees Phillips on his back. Skip pass is lost and stolen by Anderson. Anderson goes right at the defense. Reverse layup is good. That was an amazing finish there by Aaron Anderson.
It's a great play. He had Big Yellow while Baldwin chasing him down. Was able to avoid the contact and still finish the layup.
Don't know what happened there. We lost it. We'll see if we can get the replay, but a great up and under there by Aaron Anderson. Cedar skips it over. Carroll now inside for Young. Young spins to the baseline. Left-handed hook shot is good for Mitch Young.
And that's where, if you don't get it to him early, that's when you got to get to him. Off some ball movement, get Brisbane moving. So then Mitch Young's playing 1-on-1 rather than 1-on-3.
Now Reichardt finds a cutting Kopskis who can't get the shot off. Rucker wants to hold for one shot. There's about a 4-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Young has it nearly stolen, gets it back, dumps it inside for Baldwin, out to Carroll. Carroll pump fake, goes back inside to Baldwin, throws one up, that's no good. Young goes over the back of Anthony Kopskis. Not a great possession there for the Logan Thunder.
Nah, it's just unsettled, and I thought they could have taken a couple of opportunities there, but they kept passing it and were able to, turn down some good shots for worse shots.
Yep. Let's see what Brisbane can do here. They're going to have the last shot with 5 seconds. Kopskis hits Jake Davis. Corner 3 is strong, no good. Tipped around, Baker comes down with it. We're going to go into the half with the Logan Thunder leading the Brisbane Capitals 38-29. If you're Logan, you're pretty happy that you go into the half with the lead. But as far, they seem to dominate that first half, but they're only up 9.
Yeah, I think the main area Rucker will look to improve on in that second half when he goes into the halftime break is his offense. I think you really become stagnant at times, and you can't do that against Brisbane's packed defense. Obviously, keeping Brisbane at 29 points is a great effort, but 38 points to them is not good enough. So he'll be concentrated on the offensive end for sure and making sure they keep up their defensive efforts, especially with that zone.
And Brisbane, as bad as things have been for them, they're only down 9. They haven't been able to get the shot to fall, so there's some positives to take out of that half as well for them.
Yeah, I think defensively they were okay as well. Obviously, offensively in that zone, maybe Tarrant will look to get some more easy buckets and some catches in the paint with that. But like I saw with the Mackay game a couple of weeks ago, Brisbane down by 9 to 12 points. They can come back really quickly, so he won't be too angry.
All right, well, it is halftime, so we'll take a break as well. We'll come back with some halftime statistics, the out-of-town scoreboard, and the second half action as the Logan Thunder lead the Brisbane Capitals 38-29 at halftime here on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back, skip pass is lost and stolen by Anderson. Anderson goes right at the defense. Reverse layup is good. Phillips on his back. Skip pass is lost and stolen by Anderson. Anderson goes right at the defense. Reverse layup is good.
Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium in Auckland Flower. We got about 3 minutes to go before the start of the second half. Logan is up on Brisbane, 38-29. Take a look at some stats here for the Logan Thunder. Leading the way for Logan is Justin Baker. He's got 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's 3 of 6 from the field. All 9 of his points are coming from beyond the arc. He's 3 of 5 from out there. You got Mick Cito with 7 points and 9 rebounds. Mitch Young's got 8 points, 8 rebounds. He's also got 4 turnovers. Daniel Sapakis with 5, Tommy Amar with 2, Sean Carroll with 3, Ilua Baldwin with 4. At the half, Logan shooting 38% from the field. They're 6 of 12, though, from beyond the arc, 6 of 11 from the free throw line. They've got 14 points in the paint, 6 points off a turnover. So pretty well-balanced attack for Logan there in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. I think they did a good job of getting it inside, and they were able to work off that and find Justin Baker on the three-point line. So if Logan can keep doing that, obviously, trying to find their big guys early or moving the ball and then find them off a reversal, they'll be able to get a good shot most of the time against Brisbane. So they're doing a pretty good job. Brisbane, again, they're 3 from 21 from the three-point line, so they're getting a lot up as they normally do, and that's where their bad percentage comes from. Obviously, points in the paint, they're leading the way actually, 18-14. So that'll be mostly off transition and offensive rebounds, I think. So I think they wouldn't be too angry with the way they finished the half. They were able to get some good threes at the end compared to the threes they were getting before that. So if they can knock some of them down, obviously it's only 9 points. That's 3 baskets for Brisbane. They're right back in it.
Yeah, I think Brisbane will hope to see some of those three-point shots drop. I think that's the strategy of the Logan Thunder, though. You see them just sitting back in the zone and daring Brisbane to get hot. If I'm Coach Rucker, I'm not going to make too many defensive adjustments until you see Brisbane start hitting shots consistently.
Yeah, where he'll want the adjustments, though, is transition. He doesn't want them, good shooting teams can make those in transition, so he doesn't want them. He wants them to get back, and he wants them to have to run the half-court offense and then shoot bad shots off there. So he'll want his players to get back quickly, which they went away from the last couple of minutes, but, they played pretty good defense for most of the first half as well.
Yeah, and I think Brisbane played pretty good defense as well, packing it in. You saw them double-teaming, even triple-teaming Mitch Young at times. Or really, any time the ball gets inside the paint, they collapse on it. They just need to do a better job and tidy up those closeouts and maybe not triple-team inside, maybe only double.
Yeah, for sure. And Logan were able to do a good job in that the latter end of that second quarter of, faking a pass from the post, making the defense go to the post there and finding their shooters on the perimeter. So maybe Brisbane need to be a bit more patient and just wait for that ball to go in before they double team. But Logan are doing a pretty good job at the moment. So let's see what the teams do here to start the second half.
Yeah, it was a bit of a sloppy first half. Let's see if the teams can tidy it up. Very scrappy on both ends of the court.
Just see if they can make some shots. That'd be good.
Yeah, both teams, neither team really shooting the ball very well. Take a quick look, see if I can find that out-of-town scoreboard for you. See if we can get you some updates on what's happening out of town. Yeah, Rockhampton up on Sunny Coast. That can't be right. It's still 72-66. No, all right, we won't look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Start of the second half here, and both teams come out with their starters. Cedar leaves his feet. It's tipped by Carter. Winds up with Young. Sapakis has it now. His skip pass knocked out of bounds. No, it's saved by Reichardt.
And there's those passes we were talking about in the first half. You don't want to throw those through the middle. That's all where all the defense is for Brisbane. So Logan needed to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Carter going at the defense. Throws up one that's no good. Young comes down with the rebound. I don't actually mind that from Zach Carter. We saw him a couple weeks ago be aggressive and get into the paint. That kind of opens up his jump shots.
Yeah, they need more attacks to the rim, so good start there by Carter. He won't mind missing those. It's good signs of being aggressive.
Justin Baker shuffles his feet, and that's a travel, so another turnover.
I don't know what he's arguing about. I think he took about 10 steps, so he jumped up and down about 4 times, so not much to complain about there, I don't think.
So again, starting a little scrappy to start the second half as well. Reichardt in the corner. It's just all perimeter at the moment for Brisbane. Anderson gets in the paint. Baseline jumper for Dusty. That's like a layup.
And it's not a coincidence that you see the first time they get into the paint, they knock down the jumper.
Then they get a steal. Anderson again gets at the paint, goes right at the defense. Can't get it to go in with the left hand. Thompson with the follow. His putback no good, and Baker secures the rebound. Cedar finds Tommy Amar. And back to Cedar, now Baker. Sapaka is going to fire a wing three. That's a bit too strong. Young tips it. Amar tips it way back into the hands of Dusty Reichart. Now Anderson, wing three, is up and strong. That's no good. Dusty Reichart again with another rebound.
They're the threes from Sepokis I don't think Rucker will be happy with. You know, he had single coverage on Mitch Young inside. Pump that out and work off that, see if you get a better shot.
Carter will fire a three. That's too strong as well. Dusty Reichart tries to save it. Sapakis, though, throws it off the legs of Dusty.
It's good hustle there to get Logan back the ball, but let's see if they can get a better possession offensively and try and get it into Mitch Young, because for most of the start of this quarter, he's been single coverage. So try and get the ball into the paint, you know, with Mitch Young.
Here's a bit of horn set. Cedar picks up his dribble, skips it over to Tommy Amar. He'll fire a three. That rattles home for Tommy. Lead up to 10, 41-31.
Like I said in the first half, they were giving him wide open shots and he was missing them, but Tommy Amar can knock them down, so you don't want to leave him open too long.
Jeffries goes right, leaves his feet, skips it to Carter, who drives baseline, pump fakes, finds Anderson. He'll fire a three. That rolls in and out. Baker again comes down with it. Jeffries gets caught reaching. Sapakis out to Baker, who'll fire a top of the key three. That rattles home as well. Back-to-back threes for Logan. They're up 13.
And it's coming off their defense, and they're able to push the ball early. And the main thing is they're trying to be aggressive, trying to get into the paint, and then they're finding their shooters. You know, completely opposite to Brisbane, just passing the ball around the three-point line.
Jeffries going to fire a three. That's no good. Tipped out of bounds by McCedar.
And that's the exact difference we just spoke about. They're just passing the ball around the three-point line. The first couple of possessions before with Aaron Anderson, he was able to get into the paint and get easy shots, and they're going back to just passing around the three-point line.
There we go. Thompson in the paint. Flutter rolls in and out. Young comes down with it for Logan. Amar tries to hand off. It's stolen by Thompson. Thompson goes behind his back, goes right at McCedar. Good defense there. Zach Carter, though, with the follow.
Again, if I'm Tommy Amar, I don't know if I'm throwing the ball on a bounce pass to Mitch Young through at the middle of the court in transition. But, you know, good defense there by McCedar, and none of his teammates were able to help him out and get the defensive rebound.
Cedar now in the corner. He'll fire a three. That's short. Carter gets fouled from behind. Who are they going to give that one to? Looks like it's going to be Justin Baker with the foul, pushing Zach Carter in the back.
Bit of an Anderson Varejao there by Zach Carter.
You're a Cavs fan. Did you find it hard to cheer against Anderson Varejao in the finals?
Not really, because I never liked him much anyway, to be honest. So it was pretty easy, especially when he's flopping that much.
That was a great NBA finals, wasn't it? Jake Davis going to fire a three. That's a bit too strong. Cedar can't corral the rebound, and Anderson comes up with it. Thompson now attacking the paint, loses it on the way up. Baker comes down with it.
Active hands by Logan, able to create the deflection and get the turnover.
Baker goes inside for Young. It's tipped by Thompson, and Reichart comes up with it. Zach Carter into Anderson, now out to Jacob Davis. Work it around again to Carter now on the wing. Thompson, Carter, wing three is up and good. Zach Carter hits one. Lead is 8.
A little bit of chatter to the Logan bench as well. Don't mind that, might add a little bit to the game.
Cedar goes over to Sapakis, tries to answer with his own three. It's a bit too strong. Fight for the rebound. Now Anderson has it. Jake Davis.
They're the shots you don't normally see Jake Davis turn down as he launches the next time he gets the ball. Oh.
Carter tries to follow that one. Can't get it down. Let's see who the foul goes on. That one's going to go on Justin Baker. That's going to be his third personal. Zach Carter's going to go to line for 2 shots. Let's see if we got this one on the replay. Skip pass is lost and stolen by Anderson. Anderson goes right at the defense. We still have Aaron Anderson there. That's okay from earlier.
All right, let's try this one. No, sorry there, guys.
All good.
It's a good play by Zach, but he's got to finish it off by making the free throws, especially when they're trailing here from Logan.
All right, hits the first, so it's a 7-point lead. Baker's got to take a seat. Not happy with the referees. 44-37 the lead. Tommy Amar has it. Now Baldwin. Work it around to Cedar. Skips it into the corner for Amar. Amar is going to fire a three. That's good. Tommy Amar, another three, increases the lead back to 10.
And the one thing you can't do is when a shooter makes one, you can't leave him open, a couple of possessions later, otherwise they're just going to get hot. So Tommy Amar is a streak shooter. You can't get him open after he's just made a couple.
Reichard has it. He'll step into a long two. That's no good. Mick Cedar, he's got to be in double digits in boards now. Now Carroll has it. Inside for Young. Great look. Good catch, but Young can't keep it. Cedar going to fire a way deep three, and that's good. Mick Cedar and Logan doing it from downtown tonight.
Beating Brisbane at their own game at the moment. They're beating them from the three-point line. So let's see if they can capitalise on it, get a defensive stop, and get another three-point shot down the other end.
Anderson steps through, swatted by Mitch Young. Right out to Tommy Amar. Let's see if Logan can capitalize on the other end. Mitch Young gets it back, and he's fouled by Jacob Davis.
Get a defensive stop. And, it's a good foul by the young fellow, though. It looked like it was going to be a dunk from Mitch Young.
Anderson steps through,
he's able to get the contact and make Mitch go to the free throw line, which he hasn't been great so far this season.
And I saw the big block on that end there by Mitch Young. 50-37 the lead. We're under about 4 minutes to go. And Young will go to the line for two shots. Hits the first. Nice thing about that block was it went right to one of his teammates, too. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but we'll give Mitch the credit for that one, too.
Yeah, for sure. It was a powerful block. So
15 points to the lead.
Logan doing a great job defensively here. They obviously come down, they're able to continue what they did in the first half. So, if they're able to stick to that and they're obviously hitting down the other end, they can really extend this lead.
Davis going to fire it deep on that. Rolls in and out. It's not I don't think that's the good look that they were after. Now Amar has it. Puts it on the deck. This is a veteran Logan's team. I mean, they're not going to get rattled. And once they get fired, too, they're going to continue to hit heaps of shots as well. Tommy Amar again in the corner. He used the pump fake, gets it out to Carroll. Swings it around Cedar. Wide open for three. It's up. It's good. Logan just rolling here. The Thunder rolling in.
It's all ball movement. They're turning down good shots for better shots, and that's where you see the veteran presence. And I really think the turning point for Logan was getting Sean Carroll on. He's a veteran presence. Gives people the ball that need the ball, and I think that's the difference between the two teams at the moment.
Jake Davis goes right at the defense, and he's fouled. Good to see a bit of paint action there from the Capitals and Jacob Davis.
Yeah, and I think sometimes with Jeff's system, it works most of the time, but I think sometimes you can go long stretches without having the ball in your key players' hands. I think that's where they struggle at times. When you're tough and you're down by double digits, you really want the ball in your main players' hands. So Dusty, Aaron Anderson, and those sort of guys. So I think that's where they struggle at times. So let's see if they can, probably play through Drew at the moment, and then the other guys can sort of finish off him.
Yeah, they've got Zach Carter in with Tommy Malloy, Jacob Davis, who hit them both, Anthony Kopskis and Drew Phillips. Logan answers with Simon Taylor, Ilua Baldwin, Michael Cedar, Sean Carroll, and Mitch Young. As Phillips gets his hands on a ball on the other end.
And what Jeff normally gets out of this group is energy. So let's see them to lift the energy defensively and try and push the ball up the floor as much as they can.
Young goes baseline, up and under, layup is good. Mitch Young showing off his athleticism with that one, increasing the lead to 18, 57-39. Davis hits a three. 57-42 the lead now.
Yeah, anytime Brisbane get into the paint, they're getting good shots. They're just not doing it enough, so they need to keep doing that with cuts or dribble penetration and see if they can get some better shots.
Sean Carroll answers with his corner three. He can hit him if you give it to him. And then the pass by Davis is stolen by Mick Cedar. Cedar No look pass to Young. Young hits Carroll again in the corner for three. It's up. That's good. Back-to-back threes again for Carroll.
And that's where you see the veteran presence. They're giving the ball to the hot guy every time, moving the ball and playing off their defense. So Logan doing a great job at the moment.
Kopsikis leaves his feet, blocked by Baldwin. Simon Taylor comes up with it. Taylor going right at Davis, lays it up and in, and he's fouled. The Logan Thunder bench off their feet. They're loud, they're raucous. Their team's up 23.
And that's where I don't know whether this group with a couple of young kids in from Brisbane really works against this Logan group that's on at the moment. They're all veterans and going to work on Brisbane at the moment.
Zach Carter going to check out. Christian Lamb going to check back in.
Moving the ball
Simon
and
Taylor
playing
looking
off
to
their
complete
defense. So
three-point
Logan doing a
play.
great job at the moment.
His third quarter is the leaves his championship feet, quarter. blocked by Baldwin. Logan is showing their credentials, up 24.
Again, Logan sticking with the zone that's worked for most of the game.
Lamb's pass nearly stolen. It is not turned over. Baldwin comes up with it. Kicks ahead for Mitch Young. It's just a bit too strong there for Mitch.
It's a strong man.
I think Ilua Baldwin got his eyes lit up there. But Brisbane, it's just kind of falling apart for them here. And Logan just happy to sit in this zone because Brisbane hasn't done anything against it.
And I think Sean Carroll has done an incredible job since he's been on. And that's where having a true point guard helps, playing defense and getting people the right shots.
Drew Phillips gets one to rattle home. Let's see if that could get the Capitals back on track, cutting the lead to 21.
And go back to him every time, see what you can get out of it, because there's not many people on this Brisbane team at the moment that are on the floor that can create. So
Sapakis leaves his feet. Carroll going to shoot one from the wing. That's good as well. Sean Carroll just on absolute fire.
And the sooner Brisbane realise that Sean Carroll's hit three in a row, the better, because you can't keep leaving someone open at this level when they've hit a couple in a row.
Drew Phillips tries to answer on the other end, and Baldwin comes down with it. Sapakis, Carroll wants it again on the left wing. Sapakis going to fire his own deep three. That rolls in and out. You got to get it to Sean Carroll if you're Sapakis on that.
Absolutely, or feed it to one of the big guys so Sean Carroll might get a shot out of that.
Davis has it now on the wing. Back out to Kopsikis. Kopsikis going to fire a deep one. That's short. Baldwin with the rebound. It's just the zone is just absolutely chewing Brisbane to bits. 69-45. They can't get anything going on the inside. When they do get that ball reversal and attack the paint, Logan just keeping them out of the paint, not letting them get deep enough.
And that's the difference in the two teams. Logan moving the ball around, finding the open guy, and then they're getting easy shots, and then Brisbane come down to one pass and three. So
3.5 seconds. So Kopsikis. I didn't think there was a lot of contact, but he drew the charge on Daniel Sapakis.
He ended up at the $5 bar with that flop.
So there's 1.3 seconds left. Zach Carter going to check in for Christian Lamb. See if Brisbane can get a shot off here with 1.3 to go in the quarter. Carter throws one up. It's good by Zach Carter. He checked in, threw up the three-quarter court shot, and made it rain to end the quarter. Let's see if we could get that one again. You see Zach Carter check into the game. He takes the pass, takes 1-2 steps, throws it up. It's good by Zach Carter. Unbelievable finish to the quarter. That's the quarter time. We'll take a break with Logan up 21, 69-48. You're watching QBL TV presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone, and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
69-48 the lead here for the Logan Thunder over the Brisbane Capitals. In the championship quarter, Logan outscored Brisbane 31-19, and they did that damage from beyond the arc, Braden.
Yeah, for sure. And the difference is, obviously Brisbane get up a lot of threes as well, but Logan is coming through ball movement and moving in transition off their defense. So that's the difference in the two teams at the moment, and Logan knocking their threes down. So I think the difference, was when Sean Carroll came on. They took Sepokis off. Sean Carroll, a smart, savvy veteran, was able to come on, play good defense, run the offense, and was able to take his open opportunities. So, I'd be trying to play Sean Carroll as much as I can. So we might see a couple of minute break here and then get him back on.
At 14 of 24 from three on the game are the Logan Thunder. So definitely doing quite a bit of damage from beyond the arc. Coach Jeff Tarrant going to play his bench here with the captain, Ryan Jeffries. See if he can get something out of the captain. Davis puts it on the deck, flips one up and in. Nice aggressive move there from Jake Davis.
And you see a switch from Logan going back to a man. So first possession they go to a man, they get a layup. So I don't know how long Derek Rucker will stick with that.
The pass from Baker to Young is a bit wild. That's a turnover. So rough possessions to start the game the quarter for Logan.
Yeah, and like I said in the last game, you can't start the quarter badly if you're trying to maintain a lead. So especially against Brisbane, they can score quickly. So Logan need to be careful here.
Drew Phillips offensive rebound. He gets a pass, throws up another three. That's no good. Baker comes down with it.
The old double pivot.
Yeah, it was a couple. It was pretty decent ball movement. A couple good looks for Brisbane. Just couldn't capitalize on that end. So Coach Tarrant be happy with the ball movement. Baker going to fire for three. That's good. So things haven't cooled down at all from beyond the arc for Logan.
But again, they're standing off the people that have made a couple in a row. So I know Baker sat off, but all he did when he was back on was make those threes. So
that man-to-man didn't last very long as we see Coach Rucker go back to the zone. And why not? It's worked as Jeffries gets open on the baseline for an easy two. Cedar now running the point. Skip pass out to Sepokis. Inside for Young. Malloy goes over the back of Mitch Young and gets called for the foul.
I think Sepokis has struggled a bit this game, so you might see, like I said, Sean Carroll back on pretty soon. But let's see if Logan can go back to that ball movement that we saw in the third quarter and really find their shooters. With Tommy Amar, Baker, Mick Cedar, all shooting pretty well at the moment.
Tommy's going to inbound to Mick Cedar. He'll fire a three himself. That's strong. Thompson comes up with it. Hands off for the captain, Jeffries. Skips it over to Anthony Kopskis. Kopskis puts the ball on the deck, finds a cutting Phillips, who tries to force it inside. Young with the steal. That wasn't a good look there by Drew Phillips. The defense collapsed into the paint.
Yeah, and if there's nothing on, he's got to dribble through or get rid of that ball to the three-point line. He can't try and pass it through the middle where all the help is.
Baker, right wing three, that's good also. Timeout on the floor. Coach Tarrant's seen enough. The lead is 23 for Logan. We'll take a break as well and come back with some more fourth quarter action here on QBL TV, presented by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
.754 to go in the game, and Logan up 23. Coach Jeff Tarrant took a timeout. What's he telling the troops to get them to get back into this game?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think you'd normally try and draw something up to get a good shot in his zone, but Logan have been playing it for the majority of the game. They haven't been able to do anything against it yet, so I think maybe he'll be talking about some things defensively, trying to take away, the shots from Baker and that sort of thing. They're standing off them too much, and they've made too many shots, and they need to put more ball pressure on the pass as well.
Guys, I mean, this is just a masterclass from Logan here. Here's a bit better ball movement from Brisbane. Anderson leaves his feet, throws up a jump shot, which is no good. Young comes down with it. Skip pass, Cedar, wide open, wing three is good. This is just a three shower from Logan.
Exactly, but they're the threes you want. You want to play off the defense, run, push the ball and find your open shooters in transition. That's what Logan are doing.
Inside to Thompson, who picks up his dribble, finds Anderson, works it around to Kopskas. His three is good. So Anthony Kopskas hits one, but they've got to get some stops on the other end if they want to try and come back.
Yeah, for sure. But Logan are a veteran team. They just look like they're getting too many good opportunities on the offensive at the moment. It'll be really hard for Brisbane to come back, from a 23-point deficit.
Cedar, corner three is up and good as well. On fire from three, the Logan Thunder just cannot miss.
But why, when he turns around and squares up to the rim, are you backing off him? He just hit one. Mick Cedar's a former NBL player. He's going to make those. So you need to play the percentages and try and make him put it on the floor.
One of the things we talked about, both of these teams can catch fire, and Logan has just been on fire this whole second half.
Yeah, but the good thing is they're able to play with more confidence down here because they're playing good defense, whereas, Brisbane really aren't at the moment, so they're not able to get in transition and get easy opportunities.
Sapakis travels.
It's definitely a travel. I don't know what he's complaining about.
He didn't have the confidence to get the shot off. He kind of left his feet, tried to pull it back down, and traveled. Wild pass is caught by Jeffries. He steps into a long two, which is no good. Tommy Amar hustles to the rebound. Sapakis going to run the show here for Logan, guarded by Anderson. Anderson fouls him. Brisbane just trying to be a bit aggressive to try and get something going. Derek Rucker going to take a timeout. Let's keep it here, though. Coach Rucker wants to kind of regather the troops. It's a 24-point lead, 6 minutes to go in the game. He just doesn't want the guys to get too overconfident, I think.
Yeah, with 6 minutes left, that's a good timeout. Obviously, you want to
We'll have a refresh, but we'll give it a crack. Right one's there and a bit of a blowout.
That's a bit of a surprise to me with the Rockhampton Clippers one. Thought at home the Clippers might get him, especially the way Rockhampton played last time they were down here.
Foul called on the inbounds pass.
I think one thing that hasn't been mentioned much for Logan is the addition of Iliwa Baldwin. I think he's been a great addition and really made an impact. Although he doesn't have a massive stat line, he just provides that presence for Logan, and he's a veteran as well, so he's pretty smart.
Giving him good minutes for sure, and an interesting look up front when they play Baldwin, Young, and Baker together. Anderson inside, Thompson hands off for Reichard. He's blocked by Baldwin. Then Kopskas gets tripped up and fouled. Good recovery there by Iliwa Baldwin.
On cue, too.
On cue, yeah, just as you're talking about him. Let's see if we got the replay here. And Baker together. There we see the ball movement there. Anderson goes inside for Thompson. Hands off for Reichard, and Baldwin comes in with the help. Recovery, defense, and block.
As Jake Davis shoots an air ball, too. Again, not much ball movement. I know you're down by 24, but you still got to get good shots, so...
Tommy Amar nearly travels, gets it out. Cedar, deep three is good. Mick Cedar looking at Kopskas like, yeah, there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Again, that's when you allow good players like Mick Cedar to get going, they can knock down shots like that, and that's been the difference between the two teams.
Aaron Anderson hits a three to get it back to 24 now. 5 minutes to go in the game, and Sapakis is fouled on his way to the basket. Foul's going to go on Anthony Kopskas. Coach Jeff Tarrant going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:07 to go in the game. Brisbane trailing by 24 on your QBL TV Game of the Week, presented by Nothing But Net Media.
Hi, my name is Jade and I play basketball for Queensland.
Well, some of the great things about the Aussie Hoops program would be the younger kids, developing their skills at lower ages.
The thing I love about playing basketball would be working as a team. I also love the energy and the atmosphere basketball has.
Favourite training session of the week would be my club training. It's more involved than just individual sessions.
If a kid approached me about playing basketball for the first time, I would definitely tell them about how much fun it is. Basketball's a game for everyone and it's also an all year round sport.
It doesn't matter what shape or size you are, give basketball a go.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium at Auchenflower. Visiting Logan Thunder in absolute control of this one, up 24, 84-60 over the Brisbane Capitals. Timeout there by Coach Jeff Tarrant. He's looking to kind of get some spark out of his team, but the game is nearly out of reach. Young drives baseline, flips it up with his left hand, no good. Baldwin, though, corrals the rebound and puts it in.
Yeah, that's another thing Jeff Tarrant won't be happy with, especially coming out of the timeout. They force Mitch Young into a tough shot and then they get an easy offensive rebound.
Aaron Anderson takes a three that rolls in and out. Mick Cedar with the rebound. Passes up to Sapakis, hands off for Young, who's blocked but fouled as well. Kurt Thompson, I thought, got a decent block, but it was the left hand on his hip that caused the foul.
Yeah, you see the difference in the ball movement. It took 1 second to get up the court for Logan, and they're able to get easy opportunities to get to the foul line. The bigs have been running the floor all game, so that's one thing Rucker will be very happy with, the effort of his bigs to get up and down the floor and cause problems for Brisbane's defense.
Mick Cedar's got the double-double, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Mick Young also with the double-double. He's got 13 points and 11 rebounds. Make it 14. Anderson. Foul line jump shot is short. Rijkaard tips it, gets it back, puts it up and in. So when you see Logan play this way, I don't think you don't see Logan probably using the zone as much against the other teams in the competition. Man-to-man, I thought was when they were the most successful. So yeah, there's a couple of things that Logan has to tidy up, but I said early in the season, I really think that Logan can be a contender. Where do you see them at in the competition?
I think they're right up there. I think the thing that hurts them, though, is probably their depth. I know they got Sean Carroll off the bench with Eliwa Baldwin now, but apart from that, they're pretty slim. So if their starting five doesn't fire, they can be in trouble sometimes. But as Kopsakis hits the three there, they have a great starting five. So if they're firing, they can beat anyone on their day.
And what about Brisbane? Where does Brisbane go from here as Baldwin lays one in? And again, I still think on their best day, and today definitely wasn't their best day, but Brisbane is a championship contender.
Yeah, I think so. But I think the difference, the main difference Jeff Tarrant will take out from today is he'll look at their defense. I think their defense didn't have the same energy and physicality and pressure to it as they normally do. And that's what Logan brought. Now, their offense was able to come from that, but Brisbane normally get more transition opportunities than they have tonight.
There's another timeout. We might as well just keep it here, Braden. I think when you look at the Logan Thunder, their bench is getting better. I think.
Yeah. I
like Sapakis in the starting lineup, and I like Carroll coming off the bench. And you can get some minutes and some good production out of Simon Taylor. An option for Coach Rucker, and we saw tonight he went with the starting Tommy Amar, but I think bringing him off the bench could be a nice weapon as well, because you could insert Simon Taylor into a starting lineup. You could go with that 3-guard with maybe Carroll in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
He's got a few options. You're right, though. The depth is where something can hurt them. But you looked at, I haven't yet seen Townsville or Well, I did see Cairns. I haven't seen Townsville. Cairns is a pretty, fairly deep team. Mackay's not as deep as they used to be. Rockhampton's not as deep as they used to be. this is where, and I can't fully speak, like I said, because I haven't seen Townsville yet, but the North is not as deep as they have been.
Yep.
And the rosters themselves are not as deep as they have been in the QBL. So I think that's an issue across the board. You look at Brisbane, and their depth is there because of the continuity that they bring back. They bring back all of their team from last year. So, I still just don't think that you can count Brisbane out, especially if they get to a grand final in a 3-game series. I think they can make the adjustments over the course of 3 days.
Yeah, and I think the deepest team by far in the competition at the moment is Townsville. But, they lose Harry Froling later in the season when he goes to college as well. So that'll be a hit for them.
They also added Luke Schenscher,
which is a huge, huge addition. And we saw the first couple of games, he had some double-doubles as well. So
yeah.
But I think looking at this game, I think when Logan played their best basketball, especially with that starting group, was when Sean Carroll was in for Sepocus. So maybe that's something Rucky can look at with starting Carroll and maybe finding Cedar and their main players from the start, and then Sepocus can come off the bench and maybe lead that second group with that scoring and offensive punch he brings. So that may be something he'll look at. But Logan, if they play like this, they're going to be hard to beat. From any team. So
yeah, the thing that worries about me with this performance from Logan is it was all from beyond the arc. You're not going to have many nights when you're shooting about 60% from 3, and you don't want to be too reliant on that. And again, I still think Logan is at their strongest when they play the ball inside and out, getting Mitch Young touches. And you look at Mitch Young's numbers tonight; he's only taken 9 shots. That's, for me, especially if you want to win a championship, Mitch Young needs to be getting, 15 shots a night.
And I think the difference is against most other teams he will, or he definitely should. It's a bit harder with Brisbane, obviously having coached against Brisbane systems a little bit. They pack the paint and they do, double team, triple team the post sometimes. So maybe their bigs won't have, like Mitch Young won't have as many shots as they do against other teams. That's why the perimeter's open a bit more, but I'm assuming he'll get more shots against other teams except for Brisbane.
And Coach Rucker going to go back to the bench. Mitch Young going to check out. You got Simon Taylor, Sean Carroll, Ilua Baldwin, Luke Can. And then checking into the game is Jared Thompson. Ben Leolofi going to check in also. Ilua Baldwin going to take a seat on the bench. You'd expect those guys will be done for the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like to see Jared Thompson get some court time. He's a pretty good player. I've watched him. I played against him for a fair while, and he can definitely shoot the ball. So let's see if he can get some shots up here to finish the game.
Leolofi has it. He's double teamed in the corner. Gets fouled. Who are they going to give that one to? That one's going to go on Dusty Reichart. That's his 3rd personal. So Ben Leolofi going to go to the free throw line. He's attempted 3 on the season. Hasn't hit one yet. Misses his 4th attempt on the season.
Bit of a DeAndre situation, do you think?
A little bit. Second one, though. That's good. The reverse jinx is in effect, Regan. I know you love it.
Every time.
Anderson gets Simon Taylor to leave his feet. Misses. Reichart putback is good.
If I was Tarrant, too, I'd probably get my best players out as well. I don't want them getting injured for the rest of the season, especially with how much, how important they are to your team.
Sean Carroll finds Simon Taylor. He's blocked by Aaron Anderson. Great recovery block there by Aaron Anderson. We'll take a quick look at that one again. As Simon Taylor got to the corner, wanted to get off a 3-point shot off the Sean Carroll pass. Simon Taylor, he's just recovered and knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, most guys would be a bit discouraged by that, but Simon Taylor is the most calm person I've ever seen in my life, so that won't affect him at all.
Thompson shoots an air ball. Kopskis comes up with it. Got about a minute 45 to go in the game. Logan up 21. Reichart going to step into a long 2. That's good. Dusty Reichardt's been doing that for a long time. He's still got the jump shot.
Very long time. My brother was actually in the 36ers squad when he was down there, and I got to watch him play most of the time, and he was great to watch back in the day.
Taylor finds Thompson on the baseline. Pass is out of bounds. Thompson kind of made that decision before he had a look.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes when the young fellas come on. They get a bit bit nervous, but he's just got to be aggressive and try and get some shots up to finish this game, see if he can get some points to your name.
Yeah, Jared Thompson's been around that Logan QBL program for a few years now. Kopskis going to fire a corner three. That rattles home. So Anthony Kopskis has hit a few threes tonight. Maybe, even though it's a loss, you get your stroke back. And Kopskis is one of the better three-point shooters as Carter fouls Lucan. But get the confidence going again. Might carry over into the next game. Maybe start hitting a few more threes consistently. That's another weapon for Brisbane.
Yeah, I think that's where you try and get maybe the bench guys on, that second unit on, so they can try and find some confidence. Obviously, guys like Dusty and Aaron will have no problems getting their confidence back for the next game because they're veterans and they know what to do. But that second group struggled, so maybe get them on, try and find something going into your next game.
Can goes 1 of 2. Anderson now in transition, hands off to Dusty, pump fakes. Carter moves it around. Kopskis going to shoot another corner three. That's good as well. Anthony Kopskis shooting himself into a bit of a rhythm here. It's a bit too little too late, though, as we're under a minute, and the lead is 14. Anthony Kopskis going to get called for the blocking foul.
Hey, Brisbane have saved their best ball movement for the last 2 minutes, it seems.
Yeah, it's a bit too little too late. Kopskis now, let's have a look at his stats. He's on 14 points. My stats have kind of not caught up with the score sheet just yet.
Need to get an iPhone.
Thompson with the offensive rebound. Tries to hand off for Lealofi. Thompson comes up with it for Brisbane. Now Kopskis kicks ahead, goes off the backboard. Jared Thompson for Logan. Nearly loses it. Simon Taylor comes up with it. Over to Luke Can. Can skip passes, knocked out of bounds by Dusty Reichart.
It's a bit of a scrap heap to finish this game, isn't it?
37.8 seconds to go in the game. Can inbounds for Simon Taylor. Taylor picks up his dribble. No look inside for Thompson. Scoops one over to Lealofi, who loses it out of the sideline. 93-78 to go. 30 seconds left in the game.
Again, Rucker will be very happy with his performance moving forward. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago, they didn't have a great game against Cairns, and then they bounced back on the Central Queensland road trip. It's against one of the league's best teams, and obviously after losing here in the prelim final against Brisbane for Gladstone last year, he'll be happy with coming to NAB Stadium and getting a win.
Jared Thompson gets on the board, 95-78. And Coach Rucker, there's not a lot of things that he could complain about from his team's performance. They did a great job defensively. They moved the ball pretty well offensively. They were on absolute fire, and they're going to come out with a 17-point win, 95-78. We've said everything we can, so let's take a look at some final stats here. For the Logan Thunder, top scorer was Mick Cedar. He had that double-double, 22 points, 12 rebounds, also had 2 assists. He was 8 of 13 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3. Justin Baker had 18. He was 6 of 8 from 3. Mitch Young, 14 points and 11 rebounds, also had the block and 3 assists. He was 4 of 9 from the field. Sean Carroll, 12 points, 4 of 6 from 3. Ilua Baldwin had 9. Simon Taylor had 3. They shot from three-point land. They were 19 of 33 for 57 points. They also had 22 points in the paint. You're doing it from everywhere. In Logan, they absolutely ran Brisbane off the court. Capitals have to look at this one, step back, and just say, guys, we can't play much worse than we did tonight. It's got to only be up from here.
Yeah, for sure. Jeff will obviously analyse the game a fair bit like he does, but you have bad games like this. I think the area he won't be too happy with, because he knows his offense will bounce back, is the defensive end. They weren't as put as much pressure on as they normally do, and they weren't as energetic as they normally do. So that's one area he'll definitely focus on, heading into future weeks.
Top scorer for Brisbane was Dusty Reichart with 14. Aaron Anderson had 11. Anthony Kopskis also had 11, but they really struggled. 11 of 44 from 3 for 25%, and they only shot 33% from the field overall. So that's pretty much going to do it for us here. We're going to wrap things up. I got to thank Chris Sieber on the camera. Got to thank Regan Baker on the production. Of course, I got to thank Braden Hesselhurst on the call. I'm John Guarna. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back again next week with QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.